Make sure he waits calmly until you send him to the mat. Go to your mat. Down. Good. Hey, right here. Good boy. He loves doing his mat exercise. He's got a bunch of different smells on the mat he's interested in. Good. So I'm going to start real simple just by staying close to him and kind of walking both ways. Of course, this exercise is how I taught him his downstay. Good. Out in the presence of distractions, because doing it this way develops a real solid downstay. Before long, you can walk around either side, and he's fine with that. This is in a fenced yard, so that I can walk farther away and leave the yard. Good. Go in the house, and we're going to show you all that now, but I can drop the leash and walk away. It's fenced, it's a big yard. Make sure that when you're rewarding him, take the little, this is Natural Balance sausage, by the way. Take this. See how I'm putting it on the mat? You see how he's calm and waiting? Good. I mean, he used to want to just go in there and take it from me. He was very, very hyper, very reactive. He's still got a long way to go, but at least we've taught him that he has to, there's rules to this little game that we have here, and he has to wait. And if he waits this long, he has to. He can't touch my hand. Good. So you want to insist on him waiting until you put the food on the mat and withdraw, and he takes it off the mat. So now we know he can do this. You can also practice things like down, pulling on the leash, just applying a little bit of pressure. Good, because most dogs will feel that pressure and break out of a downstay and come to their owner, but he knows that that's not how he leaves a downstay. He knows he only leaves a downstay one way. Good boy. So you can do this from different angles to make sure you hit all the angles. Very good. He passed that little test. Good. Of course, all things that we practice already. And then I'm going to start just going different places farther away in the yard. Behind him, he can turn around and look, but his body has to stay straight. That's one of the rules of this game. It's all about these little rules that he has to keep track of. Good. Structure. It's all about the structure. If he turns his body around, then we stop the whole exercise. He has to go back and he gets no reward. And he knows that. Good. So now I'm going to leave the yard. If you're ever going to do something that you think might be difficult for him to do, it's okay to remind him down. Remind him what he needs to keep doing. I'm going to leave the yard, go through this gate, come back. Good. That's what's great about this yard. There's gates and doorways everywhere. Good. I'm going to go through this gate. Down. And go outside through this double gate. Good. So the byproduct of having a rock solid downstay like this is a dog that's calmer overall. Good. That's why we're doing this, because of course he has that issue with lunging at people and other dogs out on the street on the leash. Even though you think this is not related, it is, because it's all dealing with his state of mind. And doing this exercise every day helps him do better out there, helps him stay calmer out there, gives him a longer fuse. Now his fuse, he's got a fuse. He's got a little ways before he finally breaks. Before, when we first got him, he would see somebody from 50 yards away or another dog and go off. Now he can handle it because we're teaching him how to think. He has focus and concentration. Therefore, it's built up his tolerance to stress. So he's a lot calmer out in the street because of this. So now I'm going to go through that gate. You want to show me go through that gate? And show Chance. Good. And so what we have here is like a 5 or 6 minute downstay. Good. Whatever he learns on the mat, It's a real specific way to teach him on the mat. But once he learns this on the mat, then he can do it anywhere. He can do it without the mat. But it's a great way, using the mat in this way is a great way to teach him how to have a rock solid downstay quickly, and then after he knows it, then you don't need the mat anymore. Down. I'm going to go inside the house, leave him out here alone. Bang on the windows. Bang on the window. He saw me through the window. Very good. Good. So those are just the types of things you can do to practice in your backyard with him. Every time he does this sort of thing in a new environment, a new household with new people, he'll get better and better and better. But we don't want him going to a new environment and going back to all of his old ways again. So whoever takes him we need to transfer all this stuff to them and their house and do this in their backyard, and so that he can do all that with the new foster home or owner, and they can continue all the things that we've started here. Okay. Sit. Good. Okay.